Test prep nerve-wracking? Getting an excellent score a huge challenge? A new wave in the test prep is here to help. Test Prep Pundits has all the answers to your questions. It is a one-stop solutions for all your academic needs. Our premium online interactive content has hundreds of SAT and ACT test problems, hundreds of hours of videos. Get real and instant results with real scores on the real SAT and ACT tests. Our pundits are experienced and extensively trained in SAT and ACT prep.
What next? Join our free boot camp on June 19th and 26th, the free mock test.
If you're thinking of buying jewelry now and don't want to step outside, relax. All you need to do, call us. On the day and time of your convenience, we will bring our collection to you. Welcome to the Malabar Gold and Diamonds Showroom online experience. Step into your world without stepping out. Now that's our promise. Malabar Gold and Diamonds.
ఎక్స్చేంజ్ 8,000 రూపాయల బ్యాలెన్స్ మ్యామ్.
ఇవ్వనక్కర్లేదమ్మా, 8,000 మీకే వస్తాయి.
ఎస్ మ్యామ్, మేము కేవలం హాల్మార్క్ 916 గోల్డ్నే అమ్ముతాం. ఇంకా మీకు దొరికింది 100% ఎక్స్చేంజ్ వాల్యూ.
క్వాలిటీ, ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.
Is test prep nerve-wracking? Getting an excellent score a huge challenge? A new wave in the test prep is here to help. Test Prep Pundits has all the answers to your questions. It is a one-stop solutions for all your academic needs. Our premium online interactive content has hundreds of SAT and ACT test problems, hundreds of hours of videos. Get real and instant results with real scores on the real SAT and ACT tests. Our pundits are experienced and extensively trained in SAT and ACT prep.
What next? Join our free boot camp on June 19th and 26th, the free mock test.
ఇది మా హీరో అల్లుడు కోసం ఫిట్గా ఉంటుంది.
పర్ఫెక్ట్ గా ఫిట్ అవుతుంది. ఇది మైండ్ డైమండ్, 100% క్వాలిటీ.
సార్, ప్రతి మైండ్ డైమండ్ న్యాచురల్. ఇంకా మేము 28 క్వాలిటీ టెస్ట్లు చేస్తాం.
28 టెస్ట్లా?
ప్రతి డైమండ్ జ్యువెలరీతో పాటు ఇంటర్నేషనల్ ల్యాబ్ సర్టిఫికేట్ కూడా.
కళ్ళు మూసుకుని మీ హీరో కోసం వజ్రాలను తీసుకోండి. ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.
Hello and welcome to yet another fabulous episode of the Talk Show with Experts. Manato Narmana expert Rahul Reddy garu. Rahul garu, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for inviting Andy.
This program has been brought to you by the Test Prep Pundits, and they help you achieve the best for your kids on SAT and ACT tests. And they have a free boot camp session on the June 26th, and this includes a free mock test, and so do not miss this opportunity. If you're watching this, sign up right away. So coming back to our show, Rahul garu, July 2021 Visa Bulletin. It seems like the Visa Bulletin is in sync with your predictions and matter. EB2 final action dates have moved 6 months. EB3 has moved about 13 months. So what are your thoughts, and also what is expected in August and September Visa Bulletin, Andy?
In August and September Visa Bulletin, it is expected to, the saga is expected to continue. Absolutely, it's not expected to stay as it is. It's expected to continue.
Okay.
As it's not my prediction, it's the State Department prediction that is expected to move. What surprises us is the filing dates of EB2 has been moving further, though. In October of 2020, the filing dates were only 15th of May. Right now, they moved until June 1st of 2011. They used to be 15th May of 2011, now June 1st of 2011. Charlie, the State Department in charge person who is for the Visa Bulletin, said that the final action dates will match the filing dates.
Mm-hmm.
So we are expecting that the dates for the EB2 and EB3 of the final action dates are going to move more aggressively than what we've been projected before a month ago or 2 months ago. So we are a little bit more conservative in predicting the dates at this point of time, or the State Department was very conservative, I would say. Since he has moved the filing dates much further, though, more action is expected in August and September of 2021.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
And with regards to the October of 2021, though, that's a completely wild expectation at this point of time. There are a lot of projections. Last time, whatever we projected went off by about 2 to 2.5 years. We were not expecting 2015. We were projecting somewhere in 2012 and 2013. It went up all the way to 2015. So right now, the projections are all the way to 2018. That's the projection for the EB3 to move forward all the way to 2018. I may go wrong. Not all the times I was right. Sometimes I was liberal. Sometimes I was conservative. Because this year we had only 130,000 approximately green cards, though.
Right.
Next year, that is starting October 1st of 2021, we're expected to at a minimum of 150,000. Yeah, that can even go much further higher too.
Right. Wow, Rahul Garu, I can't wait to see what October has in store for us and Mata. So, counting down the days only. And on that note, let's take our caller. But before we just go on to our caller, just one request only for all our live chatting people as well. Question just one, Sunday. We do go through the questions as they come in, and we will get to them in the order that they come in. So please do not keep posting duplicates of your questions. All right, Andy. On to our first caller. Caller from area code 713. We're ready for you now.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. I have two questions. The first one is actually my wife is working on H4EAD. It's going to expire in July. So my priority date is 2011 August. So as of now, we didn't get any AOS-EAD approval or I-140 approval. I went for the I-140 approval, premium process.
Premium
but
processing.
It was rejected. Yeah, it was rejected. So I placed a request for the AOS-EAD expeditized with a local congressman, but still.
Okay. Did you try I-140 premium processing 2 or 3 times or only 1 time?
Only 1 time. So
Try
my attorney mentioned, wait for another 2 weeks. Then we will go for actually 2 weeks or 30 days for that one expedited request.
It doesn't matter. And some of the lawyers are doing immediately. Some of the lawyers are doing after 30 days. At our office, so we initially did it comes back, we send it back, comes back, send it back, and they're honoring it. Sometimes, we decided after 5th time, 6th time, some of the cases did not get accepted. At that point of time, we definitely waited for 30 days though. But in the first time, we normally didn't wait for 30 days. We turn around, put in the FedEx next day.
So is it a link with AOS-EAD and I-140?
It has nothing to do with AOS-EAD. It has nothing to do with it.
Oh, okay. Because my current EB2 priority date will be current in the next month, I'm expecting, because it came on until June.
Sure.
So I'm expecting, so that time if I interfiling with the EB3 to EB2, then do I need to, will they consider
No. You can't do interfiling though. Because the basis for your 485 application is EB3 though. If the EB3 is not approved, you cannot interfile with EB2. If the EB3 is approved, you don't need EB2 at all. So keep trying premium processing. As far as the expedited process of the EAD is concerned though, there are methods, congressman not working, ombudsman not working, service request not working. If, there are some people out of every 1,000, 1 person is working out. If somebody figured out a way that it can work, you let us know. We'll let everybody know.
Oh, okay. Final question, sir. I have a kid, is a teenager. So our age is locked. You were mentioning a couple of calls. Then once the current date become in a EB2 or EB3, the date is locked. So my question is, if the date goes back, priority dates means
doesn't matter.
Or
once you have an I-140 approved, the EB3 approved, once you have 485, once the date is locked, it doesn't matter. If it goes back 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, it never comes back in the next 20 years. It doesn't matter. The kid is locked.
Okay, that's what. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next person.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling.
Okay.
Let's take our next caller, Randy, and in the meantime, we have a question from one of our viewers, Nit57. I'm going to read it out. I'm a little unsure about what the question is. I don't know if you can understand. It says, what happens to my I-140, or should I ask for all downgraded I-140s as the final action dates become current as we speak? Still waiting on BM, EAD, AP, priority date is June of 2013.
I think so. It's the same question that they're asking about, is that if the priority date of EB2 becomes current, if you have an I-140 still pending, you need that I-140 approval, because the basis of the 485 will not exist if the I-140 has any problems. So you still need to pursue the premium processing of the I-140.
Thank you, Rahul Garu. Okay, let's go on to our caller, Andy. Caller from area code 973. We're ready for you now. Please press *6, Andy, to unmute your line. *6, sir, to unmute your line. Caller from
Hello,
Hello, sir. Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sir, my name is Naresh. Last couple of weeks back, I talked to you regarding my 140. Earlier, my 140 has been filed with a different company, and the old company got merged with the new company. So you suggested me to transfer it from the old company to new company, and along with that, in the same application, you asked me to do the downgrade EB3.
Not transfer. It's called amendment. Yes.
Yeah. So when I talked to my attorney, right, he's saying we cannot do in the same application, amending from old company to new company, and again the downgrade. The same application we cannot do. That's what he's suggesting.
No, we did very many times. We had no problem, none whatsoever at all. When you are amending the petition, though, there is nothing wrong in putting whichever field that you want to get it approved. You want to get it approved in EB2 or EB3, as long as you're qualified for EB3, which every EB2 person, not every EB2 person, but 99% of them, the national interest waiver people are not eligible, but all other people are eligible. You can downgrade. Absolutely, we have done it several times. Had no problem.
So in this case, will my EB2 still holds good?
No, your EB2 never holds good, because your EB2 was never good because the company changed, remember?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So what will happen, sir? Like if my
if you want EB2, after you get an you can even file two applications, amendment for EB2 and EB3. Now this is quite different than what I tell to other people, guys, because his company name, tax ID number, and certain other things have changed. So that's the reason why I'm telling him he may have to file two applications. Your EB2 is not valid right now, technically. So it has to be amended for it to be valid. So either you can do EB3 or EB2. Most of the people are picking EB3 because that's going much faster than EB2. Next question.
Correct.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next caller. Yes. And we have a question. This is from Sabaru. Says, is there a chance for H1B second lottery this year, as USCIS selected only 87,500 applications?
There is definitely a chance. We'll have to see somewhere in July month if there would be. Even though they selected much less than last year. Last year, it was a Trump administration. The administration were denying cases left and right, as you all recollect. This administration is quite different. Previously, I have to tell you, in some periods, I wouldn't say in 2020, Nitagaru, but in 2018 and 2017, in some parts of 2019, there was not a single day in our office that ever passed where we have not seen. Every single day we had a denial. I'm not speaking of consultation. I'm not speaking of the people that I'm speaking on the TV and within our own office that we filed.
Wow.
Nowadays, it's kind of, a denial came in after, it's like after a long period of time, we see a denial. So it is, even though they selected less, we are seeing less denials. But still, there is a possibility we will come to know in July.
Okay. Thanks, Andy. Let's go to our caller. Caller from area code 210. We're ready for you now. *6, Andy, to unmute your line. *6 to unmute your line. Caller from area code 210. All right, let's continue with another. Hello?
Hello, Nitya garu, are you able to hear me?
Yes, we're able to hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Hi, Nitya garu. Hi, Rahul garu. Good afternoon. Thanks for taking my call. I have a couple of questions. Let me brief it quick. I'm on H1B, and initially I was with the employer A before, year back, and then I got my I-140 approved well in 2012, and my priority date is EB2 February 2012. Then I changed to company B 1.5 years back. So I did this change in March 2020 before I know that these dates will move at the end of October 2020. Otherwise, I would not have moved. Okay. So now my employer B, they are going to start my labor now only. So they're going to start the PWD process now. So I know it will take 1 year or even more. We never know. So now I have a situation like my daughter is aging out in next 2 years. Okay. So I have questions here. So let's assume that my I get my labor approved within a year, and my date is still current. So I file my I-140 in premium on 485 together along with my daughters. Okay.
I'm sorry to ask you. I'm sorry to ask you. Are you on weed right now?
I'm sorry.
Are you on weed right now?
No.
Oh, sorry. I'm just joking. Okay. Hey.
Okay.
Your daughter is.
Get people like this, Andy. Come on.
I'm just joking. Your daughter is turning 21. You can't be having an imagination dream that they are going to file the prevailing wage right now, and you're going to get the prevailing wage approved. You're going to get the processing of the labor certification. You're going to get the you're going to get the POM approval, and you're going to get the I-140 approval in 1 year. I'm sorry to ask you the question again, but I'm not going to ask. Let Nitya mediate between you and me. But
sure.
You have to seriously consider going back to company A. Do you have that option?
Yeah, I will try that definitely. So before that,
I'm sorry. Just go back. Your daughter is in danger.
Okay. So, but can I apply? For H1 extension even after, let's say, if her age is locked, for example, with my employer B, if I get within 1 year, if I get it everything.
How are you? That's the reason I'm asking you again the question. Sorry to ask the question again. Your daughter is turning 21, and you're imagining all these things.
2 years. It's still 2 years.
Yeah, but why do you want to leave it to this company? It may take more than 2 years to get the permit I-140 approved.
No, till next September, my date will be current, right? 2012, it won't go back, right? So
but with company B, with next September, how are you going to get the labor and I-140 approval? You tell the trick, we'll do it for every other client of ours.
Okay. My question is quickly, like in the interest of time, just quick question, sir. So let's say my date is current, I file my I-140. If I apply for my H1 extension, even if my daughter's biological age is more than 21, can I still extend her H4 extension? That's my question.
No. H4 extension. I got your point though. I have oodles of time, but I don't want to sacrifice for your daughter for it, okay? She cannot extend the H4. She cannot extend the H4. She cannot extend the H4 once she turns 21, irrespective of how she is protected. But one thing I plead you for your daughter's sake, for your daughter's sake, go back to the old company. I'm sorry. I can't speak anymore with you.
Okay.
Next person, please.
Sure. Okay, thank you.
For calling, sir. Thank you. Let's take our next caller. And sir, if you're still watching the show, I know Rahul Garu will give you advice which you may not want to hear, but he will give you the hard truth and only the truth and matter. When Vakil Sahab alage, So let's take our next caller. Caller from area code 551. Ready for you? Hello. Caller from area code 551. We're ready for you. All right, Andy. Let's put this person back on hold and get another caller. Hello. Please press *6 Andy to unmute your line. Rahul Garu, in the meantime, we have a question. This is from Vinod. He's got two questions. One is original labor and I-140 filed at the Texas Center. EB downgrade was filed with Nebraska, recently upgraded to premium processing, and that was also filed with Nebraska. Different centers for original and downgrade, will that be a problem for premium processing?
Not all the time though, even though we have seen that the previous I-140 was being processed at a different service center, and then this I-140 is getting processed at a different service center. We haven't noticed that as a problem all the time. Sometimes it did though. Now, when they're rejecting the premium processing though, they're not giving any reason. They're just telling us it will take time for us to get the PERM approval. Why don't you file it after 30 days though? So I would still try to do the premium processing. What do you got to lose? You are paying $2,500. I understand that. But guess what? If they reject the premium processing, your original I-140 is not going anywhere. Your $2,500 is not getting checked. They're not cashing it. So keep trying it. Keep trying it. Yes, there is a possibility. They may deny your I-140 premium processing, but keep trying. You have nothing to lose.
Okay. Hello, sir. We can hear you, but can you hold on for just one more second, sir? We just have to finish up a question.
Sure. So they have to keep trying, Nitya Garu. That's all. They have to keep trying to do.
Yeah, the second part to that question as well. He said labor EB3 downgrade and 485 was filed as petitioner with said XYZ Bank, USA. And then H1B extension was filed in March 21 with petitioner name as XYZ Tech Services. He says he never changed his employer, and will it impact his 485 process?
If just the name of the company changes without the tax ID number though, that doesn't have any impact on his green card application at all.
Okay. So Vinod, if you're watching this, please check in and make sure it's that. And let's go back to our caller, Rahul Garu. Caller from area code 551. We're ready for you now.
Hi Nitya Garu, hi Rahul Garu. My name is Harsha, and just a quick question. My PD is, my priority date is February 2012, and I downgraded in October, and I actually had my I-140 approved in premium on June 16th, and the biometrics were done on June 11th. Medicals are also filed with the 485. I've been hearing some news that saying that the biometrics will take more than 2 to 3 months to get an FBI report. So is that true, or
not
how
true.
long?
Not true. Not true. Back in olden days, when we used to go to private centers where we used to do the fingerprints, send the whole package to the FBI. We used to send it to USCIS, and then USCIS to be manually send it. Now they are very fast right now. If you do the biometrics, you get the result very fast. We have seen that if you want to observe some of the H4, some of the green cards, so just because they did the biometric doesn't mean that you're going to get the green card immediately. Biometric results normally are coming within 1 at the most 2 weeks. It's electronic right now. It goes boom, boom, boom. It searches and gives a report back to the USCIS.
Sure. Thank you. That's pretty much it. Thank you so much.
All right. So thank you so much for calling. Let's take our next caller, Randy. And in the meantime, Rahul Garu, I have a question. It says 60-day rule for submitting is only during initial submission of underlying petition. If I submit medicals after the original submission, is it still 60 days or is it 2 years? Just from a submission perspective for the medicals.
Submission is only 60 days, not 2 years. You have to submit, once you take the medicals, you have to submit within 60 days, not 2 years though. Once you submit the medical though, it's from the starting when you got the medical, it's valid until 2 years. So for example, if somebody gets a medical in October of November of 2020, and now they're submitting, I recommend they don't submit it. Get a fresh medical and submit it right now, because it should be done within 60 days.
Okay, so the validity for this medicals is the
2 years.
For submission is 60 days.
60 days.
Once submitted is 2 years.
That's right.
Okay. Perfect, Andy. Let's go to our next caller. Caller from area code 610. We're ready for you now.
Thanks, Nitya Garu and Rahul Reddy Garu.
Hi, sir.
Hi, Rahul. In October 2020, my date was current in EB2. I applied 485. What happened? My lawyer, when he prepared my 485, he done a lot of mistakes in the employment start date, end date, like that. When he sent it to me for the signature, and I told him that the dates are
okay.
incorrect.
Let's cut down all the things. What you probably are telling that there are some errors that were done in the 485 application was been submitted.
Yes. Now I got
Okay.
an RFE asking for that, why the dates are incorrect in 485 and also 485J. They put different dates in 485.
That's
and
fine.
485J.
Just explain it, put an affidavit, explain it that there was an error in the clerical error, support it with the pay stub, support it with the W-2 forms. You should be fine. It shouldn't cause any problem.
My question is, now they are asking, see what happened, my job was started in 2016. They put 2006 instead of 2016. Now USCIS is asking to provide all the evidences from 2006, the W-2s, pay slips.
You just tell that you just tell them it's 2016. It was not 2000. It was not 2006. You explain that before 2016 you were working for a different company. You explain what the different company is. From the time you entered the United States, show them the W-2 forms and other things if you possibly can. That's not a big thing.
I have W-2s, but I don't have pay stubs. Is it okay to provide W-2s?
That's perfectly all right. That's perfectly all right. That looks to be an easy RFE. Sometimes clerical error happens and they catch it and they ask the questions. You provide the evidence. It's not a big deal though. It's not something like, you have done some crime and you have misled the information. No, it's just a clerical thing. You explain that it's a clerical mistake. We have never seen that causing any problem in getting the green card.
And also coming to the designation in 140, and they mentioned that lead analyst, but when they applied my H1, this is software engineer. That's why I put it in I-485 as software engineer and 485J as a lead analyst. Now they're questioning that, why do you have different types? I would
rather want you to, it's going to be very hard to analyze the entire RFE right now. In this program, you may want to consult an independent lawyer to analyze it. It's not a big deal. Normally 485J supplement though reflects the labor certification. That should be the way. And for the 485 though, it should reflect the current portion, which should be the H1B. And the other thing is that sometimes companies uses functional titles as different, occupational titles as different things. And I've seen people using architects. Technically in Texas, for example, if you use the word architect, it may be a crime to use the word architect without a license. But does it mean that you are working as an architect building banks and hospitals? I don't think so. That can be explained to them why it is. This happens. These are very clerical things that can be explained. But to analyze the 485J and I-485 if you may want to make a private consultation with the lawyer to discuss. It's going to be too long for us to discuss in this one.
Okay, one more question. Do I need to apply, I need to provide the evidences and explaining that, or do I need to resubmit I-485 again?
I don't think so. You need to resubmit the 485. Just explain them and respond to the RFE.
This is a simple RFE, there won't be any rejections.
Yes, sir. According to me, it's simple. Let's go to the next caller.
Thank you, sir.
We're going to limit 2 questions per person, guys.
Yes.
Okay, thanks, Rahul.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. All right, guys, let's go take our next caller. And we have a question. This is from Tech Shri. Says visa numbers assigned to 485 documentarily complete case. If 693 was not filed with the 485, then will that be considered incomplete case? If yes, then more visa numbers may be unassigned this year?
First question is that it's a little bit misleading when misleading the way people took the information from Charlie though. The documentarily complete, of course, medicals have to be in there for documentary complete. But at the same time, the officer must have taken a look into the application, must have thought that it must have been approvable. That is very essential for it though. Just because you have an I-140 approval, priority date current, medicals are done, biometrics are done, doesn't mean that the visa number will be allocated though. It will be only when the officer takes a look into it and decides that documentarily this application is full. That's when the visa number will be allocated, not before that. Because I've sat down in USCIS office many times and spoke with officials. When does the visa number allocate? So what happens is that we sit down for the interview and they do all the things. Once they feel that everything is complete, what they do is that they go to a different room.
Okay.
And there is only one place from each district officer, I don't know, maybe two places, but not at the desk officer. They go to a different room and they pull the number out from there. That's when the visa number will be allocated. That's my knowledge. That's my interpretation. Now, Charlie said that it's documentally fulfilled. That's what he said, but the officer has to certify that it's documentally complete.
Okay.
One other request that I do tell people is that I'm going to give a link to you guys in the YouTube video where if you want to interfile the medicals, I will provide all the help for you. It will be provided at the bottom. I'll provide in the comments. You can go to the link. It guides you how to do that to submit the interfiling of the medicals.
Okay. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's go to our caller, Andy. Caller from area code 646. We're ready for you now.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello,
Yes,
Mr. Garu. Rahul Garu, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We
Yes.
can go ahead.
Yeah, so Rahul Garu, I'm following your words, point by point, and actually I already have the horse ticket, the way you call it, that is EB2 2015 priority date, and I'm trying to get an EB3 also. And I have a couple of questions regarding this. So let's say, for example, EB2 moves forward, and then can I still use my old EB2, right?
You have the EB2 approval. Horse ticket is already there. Just because you're buying the camel ticket, you're not canceling the horse ticket. EB2 is still there. You can still file it. Absolutely no problem with it.
Okay, one more question. So if EB3, let's say, for example, it's still pending and EB3 date move forward, so I can use the EB3 which is pending and file my adjustment of status, right?
Yes, that's right. You don't need to have an EB3 I-140 approval to file the 485. Remember, all the people that we did downgrade in October of 2020, they never had I-140 approval. We just filed it along with the 485. So yes, you can use the receipt notice. You do not need the approval. And it's a good question. A lot of people know that sometimes the USCIS will not accept the premium processing. You may not have an I-140 approval, but still with the receipt notice, you can file the 485.
And do you think, if I file EB3 right now, like the first time when I file, if I file it in the premium processing, that should be, fine, right?
I do not recommend filing in premium if you are filing because the perm labor certification has expired. I do not recommend though. Is it illegal you were doing? No, definitely not. It's up to you. I would not recommend. If your lawyer says, yes, I want to do in premium process, I'm not going to say no though. One thing I will tell you though, if you're filing an I-140 and 485 together with the downgrade application, never file in premium processing. But under the current conditions, I recommend not to, but it's up to you. I recommend file in the normal processing. Once you get a receipt notice, convert into premium processing.
Yeah, because my lawyer was saying that straight up we will file in the premium. So I'm going to push back on that, and I'm going to say that
I'm fine with him. I'm not against him. What I am against was if you're filing a downgrade application with 485. I'm fine with him. We haven't tried it, but there's nothing wrong. You can try if your lawyer is confident. That's fine. Let us know in the comments later on if it get accepted. That's fine. Nothing wrong.
I follow you over here and also on your channel. So
nothing wrong. Your lawyer is not wrong at all. But if he would have been telling you to file I-140 downgrade with 485, I would have said that's definitely not a good idea.
Okay, so one final question. So if EB2, I'm filing this EB3, right? So this is not going to impact my EB2 in any way, right?
Nope, no way.
All right. Thanks a lot, and thanks for your service.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Folks, we're going to be back after a short commercial break.
Is test prep nerve-wracking? Getting an excellent score a huge challenge? A new wave in the test prep is here to help. Test Prep Pundits has all the answers to your questions. It is a one-stop solution for all your academic needs. Our premium online interactive content has hundreds of SAT and ACT test problems, hundreds of hours of videos. Get real and instant results with real scores on the real SAT and ACT tests. Our pundits are experienced and extensively trained in SAT and ACT prep.
What next? Join our free boot camp on June 19th and 26th, the free mock test.
ఇది మా హీరో అల్లుడు కోసం ఫిట్గా ఉంటుంది.
పర్ఫెక్ట్గా ఫిట్ అవుతుంది. ఇది మైండ్ డైమండ్ 100% క్వాలిటీ.
సార్, ప్రతి మైండ్ డైమండ్ న్యాచురల్. ఇంకా మేము 28 క్వాలిటీ టెస్ట్లు చేస్తాం.
28 టెస్ట్లా?
ప్రతి డైమండ్ జ్యువెలరీతో పాటు ఇంటర్నేషనల్ ల్యాబ్ సర్టిఫికేట్ కూడా.
కళ్ళు మూసుకుని మీ హీరో కోసం వజ్రాలను తీసుకోండి. ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.
Is test prep nerve-wracking? Getting an excellent score a huge challenge? A new wave in the test prep is here to help. Test Prep Pundits has all the answers to your questions. It is a one-stop solution for all your academic needs. Our premium online interactive content has hundreds of SAT and ACT test problems, hundreds of hours of videos. Get real and instant results with real scores on the real SAT and ACT tests. Our pundits are experienced and extensively trained in SAT and ACT prep.
What next? Join our free boot camp on June 19th and 26th, the free mock test.
If you're thinking of buying jewelry now and don't want to step outside, relax. All you need to do, call us. On the day and time of your convenience, we will bring our collection to you. Welcome to the Malabar Gold and Diamonds Showroom online experience. Step into your world without stepping out. Now that's our promise. Malabar Gold and Diamonds.
ఎక్స్చేంజ్ 8,000 రూపాయల బ్యాలెన్స్ మ్యామ్.
ఇవ్వనక్కర్లేదమ్మా, 8,000 మీకే వస్తాయి.
ఎస్ మ్యామ్, మేము కేవలం హాల్మార్క్ 916 గోల్డ్నే అమ్ముతాం. ఇంకా మీకు దొరికింది 100% ఎక్స్చేంజ్ వాల్యూ.
క్వాలిటీ, ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.
Is test prep nerve-wracking? Getting an excellent score a huge challenge? A new wave.
Folks, welcome back to our talk show with experts. This program has been sponsored by the Test Prep Pundits. They help you achieve the best for your kids on SAT and ACT tests. They have a free bootcamp session on the 26th of June along with a free mock test. Don't forget to sign up for it. All right. And as we go on to our next, let's start taking our next caller. And Rahul, before we start with the next caller, I just had a question on like the travel ban situation from India to the US. Has there been any updates or is there any, changes that might happen with this travel ban?
As expected, it's not going to be over in 30 days. Some people were expecting, but we were from the beginning, because some parts of the Europe are still banned, even though the situation got better. And the situation continues to be, much better in India. But Biden administration, when he came to power, though, he definitely did indicate it very clearly that he's going to be very conservative when it comes to the COVID. So he may be reluctant in releasing the restrictions that were put on for the COVID situation. But at the same time, he said in July we will be completely in a much better position. So we may question at that point of time, hey, in July, everything is good. Why are you not releasing all the people? Because by the time we should have all been at least vaccinated to 80% or 75%, where we got the herd immunity. That's what they call it as.
Okay. Thanks, Randy. All right. On to our next caller, Randy. Caller from area code 281. We ready for you now? Caller from area code 281, Randy. We're ready for you. All right, let's take a question from Sham Aspari. He says, my priority date is Jan 2012. Latest EB2 I-140 with current employer approved in June of 2021. Given the I-140 processing timeline, should I file concurrently for the EB3 downgrade plus adjustment of status now, or remain in EB2 till October?
Wow, that's a tough call. Definitely there are two steps involved in downgrading.
Yep.
One is an I-140, that extra step is in, and 485. 485 step is involved in both the process, that extra step is there. It's going to be a hard call to wait until October or file the downgrade right now. What some people make a decision is that they always can postpone the decision every month to see what's going on next month. Is it going according to the projection? If the things don't go according to projection, they can file the application immediately. My problem with this is that, you see my point, Nitya, we will come to know somewhere between 20 days to 1 week what is going to happen next month.
Right.
So if the things are going according to, okay, EB3 is current, okay, I can make a decision in the month of July. So in the July 20th, we'll get into August. Then I can make a decision in August. So they can keep on postponing their decision. My only problem is with these immigration lawyers. They just are not good with those things. The reason they are not, you go to them in October and say, do it. And they may say, dumb guy, you waited all these things, you never came to me, now you come. So definitely the culprits here are the immigration lawyers. So if your immigration lawyer is good, that he will keep on postponing every month, I would definitely choose to keep postponing every month. But if your immigration lawyer is like me, not a good guy, I have to be honest, Nitya. It is very hard to cope up every month to postpone with so many clients. It's going to be very tough. I'm not telling, I have to be honest. And there are immigration lawyers, believe me, that have the patience to go every month, keep postponing. If the immigration lawyer is good, I would go until October. If the immigration lawyer is bad, believe me, I am. I'm not that good in those things. Then, you should file the 485 right now.
All right. Thank you, Rahul Garu.
I just want to be honest.
For the answer and for the honesty also. We really appreciate that. All right. On that note, let's go back to our caller, Andy. Caller from area code 281. We ready for you? Hello. All right. Looks like our caller doesn't want to talk to us. All right, Andy. We'll put you on hold and circle back with you. Let's take our next caller, Andy. All right, let's get through the other questions. This is from RV Sudhakar 20. He says, hello, my priority date is current in the July bulletin, but my EB3 downgrade I-140 is still pending, fingerprints done, no EAD yet. Do you think my GC will arrive anytime this year, or will it spill into 21?
See, one thing is that I want people to take the things what they can do. What they cannot do is what they don't have a control over. His I-140 is not approved. He should do the premium processing. Did you say his I-140 is pending, is right? So he should do premium processing.
Downgrade I-140 is pending.
Yeah. So there are 4 things that need to happen at this point of time for you to get the green card. Number 1, the I-140 must be approved.
Okay.
Number 2, the medicals must have been submitted. Number 3, the final action dates have to be correct. Number 4, the biometrics have to happen. With regards to the biometrics and final action dates, you don't have control. With regards to the medical, you do have a control. If you have not submitted the medical, you can submit the medical. It's called interim. To file it in the interim, you can do the interim filing. And I'm going to put a link for you to do the same thing if you need the help. And with regards to the I-140 also, you have a control. Not absolutely every time, but in 90% of the time, you can do premium processing. So these 2 things, I want you to take care of it. Rest of the 2 things, leave it on the immigration. There's not much you can do about it.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Vakil Saab. Let's go to our next caller, Andy. Caller from area code 703. We're ready for you now.
Hi, Rahul Garu. This is Shrikant.
Yes, Shrikant.
Good afternoon, Andy. So I downgraded the EB2 to EB3 in October. And I-140 approved in April 7th. I got an EAD and AP.
Nice.
So I'm planning to change my job, but my wife's application is still pending. Is that okay, or do I need to wait for application?
Absolutely no problem. When you say your wife application is pending, you're speaking about EAD applications, right?
That's true.
Absolutely, you can change. No doubt, no problem with it. You can change if you want.
So, and also another thing is once I change my employer, dates are become current now. If they issue a green card and I didn't apply the 485J yet, is that an issue, or still I need to apply for 485J?
No, sir, that's not an issue. We recommend doing 485J, but if they approved it without the 485J, which have we seen many cases like that? Yes, we did. We did see many cases. Is that going to be any problem for you to continue on the green card? Will there be any problem for you to get the citizenship? Absolutely no. Everything will be fine. No problem with it.
So no issues with the current employer, right? Because everything is done with the current employer. So the future employment is just, I can continue.
Right. I recommend doing 485J supplement. That's all I can say.
Yeah, but started working on it. Yeah.
That's good. Jen, you're in good shape.
Okay.
Thank you
very much
for calling. Let's take our next caller, Indy. And in the meantime, we have a question from Baz. Says, I-485 pending for 180 plus days. EB3 I-140 approval received less than a month. Can I transfer my H1 in a month without having to restart the green card process? Or do I have to wait another 180 days so employee doesn't revoke the I-140? Also, if I don't use the EAD and advanced parole, but use the AC21 to change the companies, is it getting tied to the adjustment of status?
He doesn't have to wait 180 days from the I-140 approval. The rule for the 140 days approval with where the withdrawal is going to have an effect or not was the first I-140 though. The I-140 that was filed for the EB2 for him. So he absolutely doesn't have to wait for the I-140 approval. He doesn't have to wait for 180 days. Absolutely not needed. 180 days after the I-140 approval, it's not needed. Obviously, he filed in October or November of 2020. It's already been more than 180 days. He filed the 485. He can definitely move. Did he say he had a EAD approval, Andy?
He doesn't say, but just says, if I don't use my EAD advance parole, but use the AC21 to change companies, is it getting tied to the adjustment status?
It is definitely, okay, so he's wanting to maintain the H1B independently. Just because you did use the 485J supplement, you're still not married to the 485, if that's the question he was asking too. Okay. Now, you're still, only when you use the EAD or advanced parole, that's when you're married to the 485. If you did not use it, just use the 485J supplement and filed a H1B, you are still not married to the 485.
Thank you, Rahul Garu. And on that note, let's go to our caller, Andy. Caller from area code 503. We're ready for you now.
Hello, Nitya Garu and Rahul Garu. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. Actually, my priority date is in June 2011, and I applied in last October for downgrading for EB2 to EB3. And I did a premium processing last month in middle of May for my 140. And I got a big query on my 140. It's related to employee-employee relationship and permanent full-time employment. So my company is telling that why can't we just, because it's a little bit complicated, why can't we just withdraw the existing 140 and reapply again with
that is a normal
EB2,
RFE. That is a normal RFE that we do get it, employer-employee relationship. It's nothing odd about it. We have already got those RFEs on the H1Bs. You might have got them. If not, your company's already got those employer-employee relationship. I mean, that was one of the main reason for in 2017 and 2018 denials. But later on, you know, a lot of lawsuits have been filed. Things have changed a lot more in the H1B sector. We haven't seen, I mean, out of every 100 RFEs that we receive in the I-140, though, I have to tell you that we only receive about 4% to 5% RFEs on the I-140 normally, though. If the employer-employee relationship, I haven't seen a single occasion where we ever got in a denial.
Okay. And they're asking about permanent full-time, like my headquarters in somewhere in Central, and I'm working in East Coast. So why it is like that? Kind of like
that's one thing. That's one thing I want to look into more carefully. If it's a consulting company, is it a consulting company?
Yes.
Yeah, they normally put it as in the labor certification that you will be working at unanticipated locations. That should be put in normally. Every lawyer will put that thing when he is filing a consulting company. If you have put that unanticipated locations, that's not a problem. If you have not put the unanticipated location, your original I-140, even if you file a 485 with the original I-140, you will still face the same problem in the 485. So if that is been put in, you're fine. If that's not put in, then I want to withdraw the I-140 and 485 application. I want you to move out of this company because you will be in danger when you file the 485 also if that word is not put in the labor certification.
Oh, okay. So it's going to affect my 485 also if I apply with my EB2.
Even if they apply in EB2, if they don't put the unanticipated locations, you know, that will be a problem. Now, guys, don't panic. Those people who are listening, 99% of the lawyers do put in that unanticipated location. You know, it's very hard to tell where they'll put it. There are 2-3 different places they can put it at. If any of the places they put in, that's fine. Don't get panicked. Maybe for him also, it's already put in.
Yeah, I haven't talked to my lawyer yet, so just want to...
Yeah, just check it. Just if that's put in, you're safe. That's not put in, then you're not safe in EB2 either. Next person, please.
Thank you, sir. Thanks so much for calling.
Thanks very much.
Okay. All right. Let's take our next caller, Andy. And in the meantime, we have a question. This is from Nuke Studio. Says priority 2011, EB2 downgraded to EB3, and that was filed in October of 2020. Submitted all documents and biometrics done in Feb of 21. No EAD or advance parole till now. Now my date is current in EB2. Can I file in EB2?
File. You mean to say entirely new application he wants to file. Is the I-140 approved? I don't know about that.
He's not mentioned anything about that, he or she.
If his I-140 is approved though, or if it's not approved, he should do downgrade though. If it's approved, why would you refile the entire application again? There's no need because even though it's current in EB2, it's current in EB3 also. I would definitely not file it. I would definitely try to premium process the I-140 so that you can get the green card by end of September. If you refile the entire application, you may not get the green card by end of September. It may take a long time, and sometimes the USC, most of the time, the USCIS will come and force you to withdraw one of the 485 application. That's an extra burden. I would rather do the premium processing and get this thing resolved.
Okay. That note. Let's take a caller from area code 224. We ready for you now? Caller from area code 224. We ready for you?
Hello, Andy.
Hello, sir.
Hello, Andy. Hi, Rahul Garu. Hi, Nitya Garu. Thank you for taking my call, Andy. Actually, my question has been, answered in the questions section, but I have a follow-up question to that. My priority date is Jan 2012, latest TB2 I-140 with current employer approved in June 2021. Okay, so given the I-140 processing timeline, should I file concurrently for downgrade plus AOS, or should I remain in EB2 till October? You did answer this, but I have a follow-up question. My plan is to apply for EB3 downgrade in premium first without any adjustment of status. If it gets approved, then I want to file the adjustment of status. Otherwise, I want to ask for waiting till EB2 gets current. Is this a good strategy?
Definitely looks to be very creative and very good. Absolutely. I don't see anything wrong in it. You have a good strategy. Sometimes people educate me. Guys, it's not all the time I educate people. You definitely have I see that as a very clever idea. Much better than what I proposed to you.
All right. That's about it, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for the service you guys are providing.
Yeah, I mean, it's not when I speak with so many people, guys, the knowledge that I gain from you is also is very, very good. I mean, look at that guy, what he has a creative solution. Instead of going staggering every month, he just want to do premium processing. That's a very good thing, a very good thing. Thanks. I'm glad to be in TV Asia to get educated with smart people.
Yeah, to our viewers. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. On to our next caller, Andy. We have a question meanwhile. This is from Abhijit Davhade. He says, priority date in EB2 November 2015 and in H1 max out. Current employer not allowing the downgrading to EB3, got a good offer with another employer, but they will also not start the GC process until 2 years. Do I do a job switch or do I stay? And if will I lose my priority date or H1B status if I don't file the 485 within a year?
First thing is that his priority date is not current. Assuming two things. First thing, if I were him, I will not change the company even if somebody pays me $500,000 and they're going to pay the income tax returns. If I were him, I will not change the company, not at this time. I will not. And that to joining a company that is going to file the labor certification in 2 years, no, make it 700,000. I am not moving. I'm not moving. Second thing is that even if you don't file you're telling that after the final action date becomes current, our final action date becomes current, in EB3, can you file an extension? Well, that's EB3. You are in EB2, so your final action date has not become current. If it did, then you are supposed to file an application. There are still some exceptions of those things where people don't file the final action date. They don't file the 485. That is that instead of getting a 3-year H1B, you will be only eligible to get 1 year of H1B. That's the minus point there.
Yeah.
But for this gentleman, what I would do is I will not move out of this company. I will not at this time. Everything is going. There is a chance that the EB2 might also go to 2015. I'm not telling that it's certain, but there's a chance. Even if you move to a different company, unless, you already got the idea that 2 years plus 2 years, 4 years, that's a very long time to come to TVS very regularly. There are other better things, Lucky Mahila and Lucky in this thing, TV shows that you should watch. No, not to this TV Asia immigration for the next 4 years. No, I would not do that.
Right. So Abhijit, if you're watching this, make sure you send a thank you note and a check for $500,000 once your green card comes through. Okay.
No, otherwise he'll tell. If the prior date doesn't become current, give me the money. He says, no gambling.
Hey, but our deal stays. All right, guys. Let's take our next caller. Caller from area code 206. We ready for you now?
Hey, Rahul, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, Rahul. I have just 2 questions. So the first one is I filed my 485 in October, and it's an EB1, the priority date is current. Medicals are done, and biometrics is done, but there is no decision on the green card. One thing is I had a traffic ticket in 2019 and it was for $140. I paid that, but I didn't declare it. I didn't understand the question. There was a question about have you been from a law enforcement officer, have any citation or something like that, right? So I didn't properly understand the question, so I didn't declare it. So will this be an issue? It was not a DUI or anything, it was a normal traffic ticket.
No. In the 485 forms, in the N400 form, citizenship application, it's clearly mentioned if it's a speeding ticket, traffic ticket, minor traffic ticket, you don't have to disclose it in the 485 application. However, though, if any of you guys have a DUI, you guys know what that is. If you have a DUI, you need to report it. If you have a hit and run, that means that you hit and then you ran away without informing, and that you are supposed to inform. Simple traffic ticket, like the way what you are speaking, do not need to be reported. Unnecessarily don't create a problem by reporting it, because the USCIS don't understand why you reported it when you're not supposed to, and they will think that you did some extra crime. That's and absolutely it's not required under your circumstances. So you're in good shape.
Thank you. Can I ask my second question? I'll just ask 2 questions only.
Sure.
First is done. Okay. The second one is I'm an L1A, and I filed a 485 as a program manager too. My I-140 was approved as a program manager too. And when I filed the 485J in October, it mentioned as program manager 2. But in between, I got promoted to senior program manager, which is program manager 3. So I think in the 485 form, I mentioned program manager 3, but in the other forms, right, the L1A and 485J, it says program manager 2. Any implications on this?
None. You're good.
Okay.
It's a natural promotion, natural increase from 2 to 3. That seems to be, or 3 to 2, I don't know. Things go the other way around in some companies. Absolutely, you're in good shape. No problem.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Bye.
We'll be remiss if we don't tell our viewers, don't hit and run. Try not to hit, and if you do hit, don't run. Guys, that's even worse. All right, Andy. Let's take our next caller. And in the meantime, we have a question. This is from Dharmendra Gohil. He says, how long is the affidavit for birth certificate remain valid? And can I do it in the USA, or do I need to get it done from India only?
You can do it in USA. You can do it in India. It's valid for however long. I mean, it can be valid for 10, 20, 30 years. Nothing wrong with it at all. For those people that I want to educate, people who don't have birth certificate, they need to get affidavits for birth. I will give you a link of that as every time at the bottom. If you don't have the birth certificate, I would prefer you also get a non-availability certificate. If you don't get it, that's fine. You can still file the 485. The sample of the birth certificate will be provided to you at the link for you to use it if you want to.
Thanks, Sanjay. Let's take a caller. Caller from area code 562. We're ready for you now.
Hey, thank you, Nitya Garu and Rahul Garu. My name is Vishnu. Yeah, So my question is, my wife H4 extension filed on July 2020 after 3 months of I-94 expiry. Her I-94 expired 3 months before filing that H4 extension.
Okay, so after I-94 expired, you filed after 3 months. Was there any other extension pending or not?
No, nothing was pending.
And when did the I-94 expired?
April, and we filed on July.
Which year?
2020.
Oh, come on. Okay.
And now it's almost 1 year. The thing is, I changed my employer on July and filed on October with I-485 with previous employer. And now I got all EAD and everything, AP everything. Now can I use that one? Because her H4 extension is still pending. She can use that EAD.
When did her I-94 expired? In April?
April 24th.
When did you file the 485 application received by the USCIS?
On October 22.
Oh, I have to look into whether it's more than 180 days or less than 180 days. I'm not good in calculating. I would recommend that you contact a lawyer. The reason is that if you are not in legal status for more than 180 days, you're not eligible for 485. So that April 24th to October 22, at this point of time, I can't calculate. I want you to consult a lawyer.
Sir, but she got EAD. She can use that? That
No,
EAD is valid.
No. Just because they did a mistake doesn't mean that she's eligible for it. She must be eligible for the 485 EAD. It's not that they issued it, you can use it. No, I would not agree with you on that.
Okay. Can she go out of India and come back with that EAD? No, right?
I want you to she should have gone out in April. She should have gone out in May. She should have uploaded in June of last year, not right now. At this point of time, I want you to evaluate if that EAD in advance parole is valid. If not, there are some corrective actions that need to be taken right now. Okay?
Okay. Sir, I have another question. Because my I-140 file with previous employer, is there any, my previous company is in good shape, means financially, is there any chance that I-140 get rejected?
When you say any chance, is it any chance that, 1 in a million chance? Yes, 1 in a million chance. But if you look into the probability of it, if the company's financial capabilities are good though, I would rate it as less than 1% chance of getting rejection of I-140. Why didn't you do premium processing?
Yeah, they tried 2 times and they said they are not going to try anymore.
Okay,
they
that
said
makes
they
sense.
are not going to try.
Yeah, but, it's less than 1% chance that your I-140 could be denied, according to me.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Should I try again, sir?
Yeah, you should try again.
Yeah, okay.
You can try again. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. Thank you, Rahul garu.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Let's take our next caller, Andy. And in the meantime, we have a question. This is from Varadarajan. Says, sir, thanks for what you do. I rejected a job opportunity for based on the visa movement frequency. Are there chances of EB3 September 2015 getting current this year?
EB3 September 2015, yeah. Very good chance. According to our projections, it's somewhere between 2017 or 2018. That's our projection. I think so. He did a very, very, very good thing. I think so. I'll be very proud of TV Asia disseminating this information to the people come October. Now, is it a guarantee? No, but definitely that is something, a prudent decision that he has taken, according to me.
So, Mr. Varadarajan, if you're looking at this, then okay. All right, and on our next caller, Andy. Caller from area code 773. You ready for you now? Caller from area code 773, Andy. *6 to unmute your line. *6 to unmute your line. Okay, we have another question. Hello?
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah.
I wanted to know, once we get a green card, when can I apply for my son who is aged out?
The same day. I would give it one extra day though, but I don't see why you can't do on the same day. You can do it as soon as you get it. You can do it. I mean, you don't have to wait for any days required.
Do we get approval first and then we get the physical card, or?
That is right. There is a gap. Typically, once the 485 is approved, it will take about 2 to 3 weeks for you, or sometimes even a month period for you to get the green card though. I have seen in some cases 2 months though. Do you have to wait until your green card is with your in your hand to file an I-130? No. You can file with the 485. The online thing also you can file. You can file with the 797 that you receive within a week's time. I would not wait until the green card comes to you. I will not wait if I were you. No requirement that you have to wait.
Okay. Once it is approved, then we can directly file it.
You are absolutely right, sir.
And is there any update on the age-out child in the law?
Lawsuit, you mean
will
to
automatically be...
No, there is no update in the lawsuit at this point of time on the age-out issue. There is none. There's a pending legislation also. There are a lot of things, but at this point of time, there is nothing positive that I can give it to you. Maybe something will pop up, but keep tuning to Tvasia. We will inform you if there is anything.
Okay. Thank you very much for your services, and may Tirupati give you the mention you are wishing for.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. All right. Folks, I know there's a lot of you waiting on phone lines as well as on the live chat, and we're doing the best we can, but unfortunately we're all out of time Monday. So we will see you at the same time, same place next week. Rahul Garu, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough for, pushing people to do the right things at the right times and matter. Although it may not be something that they want to hear at times, but thank you so much for being on the show and guiding them in the right way, Andy.
Thank you very much, India.
And I would also like to thank our sponsors, the Test Prep Pundits. They help you achieve the best for your kids on SAT and ACT tests. Guys, they have a free bootcamp session on 26th of June. It also includes a free mock test, so do not miss this opportunity. And for all our viewers, stay tuned. We'll be back next week with more interesting topics. Thank you and have a nice week.
Is test prep nerve-wracking? Getting an excellent score a huge challenge? A new wave in the test prep is here to help. Test Prep Pundits has all the answers to your questions. It is a one-stop solutions for all your academic needs. Our premium online interactive content has hundreds of SAT and ACT test problems, hundreds of hours of videos. Get real and instant results with real scores on the real SAT and ACT tests. Our pundits are experienced and extensively trained in SAT and ACT prep.
What next? Join our free boot camp on June 19th and 26th, the free mock test.
If you're thinking of buying jewelry now and don't want to step outside, relax. All you need to do, call us. On the day and time of your convenience, we will bring our collection to you. Welcome to the Malabar Gold and Diamonds Showroom online experience. Step into your world without stepping out. Now that's our promise. Malabar Gold and Diamonds.
ఎక్స్చేంజ్ 8,000 రూపాయల బ్యాలెన్స్ మ్యామ్.
ఇవ్వనక్కర్లేదమ్మా, 8,000 మీకే వస్తాయి.
ఎస్ మ్యామ్, మేము కేవలం హాల్మార్క్ 916 గోల్డ్నే అమ్ముతాం. ఇంకా మీకు దొరికింది 100% ఎక్స్చేంజ్ వాల్యూ.
క్వాలిటీ, ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.
Is test prep nerve-wracking? Getting an excellent score a huge challenge? A new wave in the test prep is here to help. Test Prep Pundits has all the answers to your questions. It is a one-stop solutions for all your academic needs. Our premium online interactive content has hundreds of SAT and ACT test problems, hundreds of hours of videos. Get real and instant results with real scores on the real SAT and ACT tests. Our pundits are experienced and extensively trained in SAT and ACT prep.
What next? Join our free boot camp on June 19th and 26th, the free mock test.
ఇది మా హీరో అల్లుడు కోసం ఫిట్గా ఉంటుంది.
పర్ఫెక్ట్గా ఫిట్ అవుతుంది. ఇది మైండ్ డైమండ్ 100% క్వాలిటీ.
సార్, ప్రతి మైండ్ డైమండ్ న్యాచురల్. ఇంకా మేము 28 క్వాలిటీ టెస్ట్లు చేస్తాం.
28 టెస్ట్లా?
ప్రతి డైమండ్ జ్యువెలరీతో పాటు ఇంటర్నేషనల్ ల్యాబ్ సర్టిఫికేట్ కూడా.
కళ్ళు మూసుకుని మీ హీరో కోసం వజ్రాలను తీసుకోండి. ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.